This is the land of our earliest ancestors, where the wild earth of long ago lives on, East Africa. Beyond the abundant life that flows across these endless grasslands, there is one great landmark of beauty and mystery, revered like no other. From the heart of Africa, it looms above the clouds, a solitary giant, the largest freestanding mountain on earth. It is a mountain of strange wonders, a place created in fire and crowned by ice. It is a source of ancient fascination, a snow-capped volcano at the equator. People come from every land to see for themselves this, the highest mountain in all Africa, and maybe even to climb to the snows of Kilimanjaro. I have spent a lifetime climbing this mountain. I was born here. My name is Jacob Keongai. I am a mountain guide. I tell each traveler who comes here, to learn the secrets of Kilimanjaro, we must begin beneath the clouds. Not in snow, but in mud. Each group I guide is different and the same. People of every age and origin, ordinary people mostly, but all drawn to the magic of this place. In this group, there's Roger, a scientist who understands how this mountain was made.
Kilimanjaro is the largest volcano on any continent. It is a tremendous attraction for a geophysicist like me. It's difficult to imagine now that I'm here in the middle of this incredibly lush forest, that actually I'm sitting on the volcano, that there's a half a mile of volcanic rock beneath me.
And there's Audrey, a writer who has read about Kilimanjaro for years and has finally come to see it for herself.
All my life, really, I've written about mountains, but rarely do I ever get to the top of mountains. And so it's hard for me to imagine myself on the top of this one, but I can dream.
Some come to see if they can reach the summit, some to explore a curious world, and some, like Heidi, come to learn if the real Kilimanjaro matches the mountain of their imagination.
I've dreamed of coming here since I was a child, hiking in the Alps, pretending I was in Africa. I can't believe I'm actually here.
I almost feel like I'm in a dream world. I asked somebody earlier to pinch my arm because they're like going like this. It's unreal. It really, really is beautiful.
Mostly, I guide people from far away, but this time, the son of a good friend here in Tanzania has come along. Hansi wants to learn about the towering mountain he sees from his backyard.
I want to climb Kilimanjaro because I want my family to be proud of me, and I think I can make it because I'm strong, you know?
Few 12-year-olds have made this climb, but Nicole made her father promise to show her the great mountain he had climbed.
Today has been really hard. going uphill in mud for 8 hours. Everybody's been telling me that you're doing a great job. Just keep on going. You'll make it to the top. I hope so, because I've always wanted to see what's up there, especially the glaciers, ever since my dad told me about them.
The climb ahead is long and demanding. In the coming days, we will hike more than 45 miles and climb to over 19,000 feet. From here, the route to the summit passes through many different worlds. We began far below in the humid rainforest that encircles the mountain. We will reach the unusual trees of the heath zone, then grassy moorland, and above that, increasingly harsh conditions. There is an alpine desert above 15,000 feet. Higher up, just below the mountaintop, we will enter the Arctic region, windswept and bitter cold. It is like walking from the equator to the North Pole in only a week. Now, at 10,000 feet, we can see Mount Meru, Kilimanjaro's smaller sister volcano, as darkness ends our first day on the mountain.
Kilimanjaro is such a vast and broad mountain that it's hard to tell how big it is when you're on its slopes. You're such a tiny part of the mountain, but you begin to get a sense of its immensity at every step as the mountain slowly reveals itself. And you begin to notice things you could not have imagined from afar.
Above 10,000 feet, we entered the heath zone, a kingdom of shrubs. But even here there are splashes of colour, like the red-hot poker. They may appear fragile, but they're exposed to rugged extremes, and they're tougher than they look.
I wonder what early man thought of this colossal volcano. During the past 500,000 years, our ancestors would have watched its birth. Scorching rivers of lava poured down these slopes and eruptions lit up the night sky. Later people saw the great mountain grow quiet and dormant, as it is now. Perhaps they too were drawn upwards to touch the icy glaciers that advanced and retreated across its huge summit. In recent times, the top was an impenetrable shield of ice that, as far as we know, was unconquered until a climber stood on its summit in 1889.
There is an endless rhythm to the coming of the mist each morning and their disappearance each afternoon. They bring enough moisture that exotic plants can thrive here in dry conditions that would wither them elsewhere.
The mist rolling in quickly changes the mood around us. It shuts out the world, and it feels lonely and mysterious, as if Kilimanjaro is hiding his face. As I climb with Hansi and Roger, it seems like we're traveling on another planet. Everything is on a different scale. We have heather in Europe. You can pick it and you can hold it in your hand. Here it's giant and over 30 feet high.